I spent my entire career in television and radio, where ideas aren't just important, they're everything. In the world of TV, you live or die by your ability to generate ideas. Ideas for scripts, formats, content, title sequences, guests, locations, and most importantly, what the crew is having for lunch, because let's be honest, that's where the real budget goes. But seriously, if you can't consistently come up with fresh, creative, engaging content, you're out. It's as simple as that. And trust me, this evolving digital world is just as brutal, if not more so. If you're a content creator, an advertiser, or an influencer in the world of social media, you don't just need an idea, you need lots of them, and you need them fast. Take TikTok for example. 4 seconds. That's all you get. Just 4 seconds to grab someone's attention before they swipe your way forever. The attention span of a TikTok viewer is less than that of a goldfish. You've got less than 4 seconds to convince these little fish that your content is worth their valuable time. 4 seconds to prove you're more interesting than the 4 billion other things competing for their little fish eyes. If you're on TikTok, my tip is to start getting creative with your first 4 seconds on every single post. Sounds terrifying? Sounds difficult? Sounds impossible? Well, even in Hollywood, movie makers reckon their audiences will give them 10 minutes before they start Googling what to have for dinner. Competing on social media can be harder than making it in Hollywood, but don't let that put you off. Don't feel scared or under pressure when trying to come up with your next post, or any idea for that matter. My first lesson to you is content creation should be and has to be fun and enjoyable, because here's the first lesson I want to drill into your head. Creativity cannot be anything other than fun and enjoyable. If you don't enjoy the process, it won't work. It's that simple. Yes, it's a process. Yes, it requires effort. And yes, sometimes it makes your brain feel like a microwave burrito, hot on the outside and frozen in the middle. But if you're finding idea generation stressful, then you're doing it wrong. Stress and fear are creativity's greatest enemies. If you let them in, they will suffocate your best ideas before they even have a chance to breathe. And if you're a boss who loves breathing down your team's necks, demanding ideas, congrats. You're basically creativity's personal chokehold, so take note. As a kid, I knew I was creative. I was fascinated by radio, by storytelling, by how things were edited together to create something engaging and entertaining. So I found a way to practice. I got a job in hospital radio. Then I worked weekends at an independent radio station in Coventry, and eventually in my 20s I got a job at the BBC, where my knack for creating unexpected, engaging content was recognised and encouraged, and that was the key difference. I was lucky enough to have people who nurtured my creativity. Because I had the chance to practice, refine and develop that very skill, I became very, very good at it. For the next 30 years, I worked in TV, generating ideas daily. Ideas for live primetime shows, films, TV stunts, scripts, title sequences, the list is endless. Today, I can easily come up with fresh ideas for social media, often faster than the young creators who dominate these platforms. Not because I'm special, not because I'm naturally gifted, but because I've never let society stifle my creativity, and because I've practiced relentlessly even when I didn't need to. Back in 1968, NASA wanted to identify highly creative thinkers, the kind of people who could solve problems no one else has ever solved before. So they brought in a scientist named George Land to develop a test. But instead of testing engineers, professionals and astronauts, Land decided to test young children. And what he found was fairly alarming. 98% of young children scored at genius level creativity, but by the age of 10 that number had dropped to just 30%. Then by the age of 15 it was 12%, and finally by the time you reach adulthood it's a pathetic 2%. What scientists worked out was we don't just lose our creativity, it gets squeezed out of us. School, rules, society, expectations, fear, all of it slowly shuts down the natural creative spark we were born with. And that was in 1968, long before smartphones, the internet and TikTok, stuff that has turned us all into passive consumers instead of active creators. Over the years, I haven't just learned how to come up with ideas, I've learned how to train the mind to become a highly creative machine. I've learned what makes teams highly creative, how to build an environment where ideas flow freely, where people feel safe taking risks, and where innovation thrives. And that's what this channel is about. As well as teaching you other tips and tricks on content creation, my primary goal is to teach you how to unlock your creativity. So when you watch yet another YouTube video that says, hey guys, just make great content, you won't just stare blankly at the screen like you've just read a fortune cookie. You'll actually have the tools to make that great idea happen. What I want to do is turn you into the 2% who know how to tap into creativity on demand, and hopefully you'll use it to capture the attention of a goldfish in under 4 seconds, and most importantly, you'll learn how to make creativity fun again. Because when you're in the zone, when ideas are flowing freely, when you're fearless, when you've built an environment where wild, out-of-the-box thinking thrives, that's when the magic happens. So, put some magic into your content creation by subscribing to this channel. Give me a thumbs up for no other good reason than it makes me feel good, and have a lovely day. Oh, before you go, I do have some homework for you. Try and come up with as many ideas as you can to grab the attention of the audience on a TikTok post in the first 4 seconds. Be as creative as you like. Don't judge the ideas, just let your mind wander, write down whatever comes into your head. Or better still, type your ideas in the comments box below. Have fun, have a lovely day, take care, bye bye.